Hello everybody, welcome back. It's your boy Mr. Green Hands. I'm here. It's that time of the year again, guys. We're having some beautiful afternoon sunshine. Would you believe it's actually pretty much almost 8 o'clock here in the UK? That's 8 p.m. It's time for me to harvest some Callaloo, a Caribbean spinach that I've had struggles with this year, and thankfully one of my neighbors had some because I had a disaster and he gave me some. So let's go and harvest it and explain how you harvest them and just keep them coming, and how to protect them sometime as well if you have, like for my case, foxes. Yeah, I've got foxes in the UK and they're protected, but my plants are not protected from them. Here's what it is. Let's show you guys. You guys looking at right now, these are some Callaloo, Caribbean spinach. And if I can just get this ace down a little bit, yeah, there we go. These are Callaloo. Let me just cut one I can show you guys, so if you've never seen one before, you guys can have them. They're basically amaranth. If you've never heard of Callaloo, which is we call them in the Caribbean, you have them. The real name for them, they're in the amaranth family. They do have different colors. Green is what we normally have in the Caribbean, but there is purple, a very, very deep purple one. There is a red, and they're a sort of like basically some people call them Caribbean spinach as well, but they're beautiful. They're packed with iron and great greens for your food, and they taste delicious. They do have a strong taste, but to me they're just beautiful with the onions and peppers and all those things. You just blench them down and stew them down. It's whatever you want to do. Add them to some people actually add them to stew, but they are beautiful to add to your food. You can eat them raw if you want to, but I would prefer to steam them a little bit so that I get that bitterness away from the taste. But it is beautiful, and it is such a beautiful plant. Let me get you guys closer so you can see what I'm talking about. If you look closely, some people do have them growing quite big, but because I started really late with these are not very big, but they will actually give me enough for a dinner. But they are such a prolific grower, because once you've cut off, say for instance you've cut the main stem here, let me just cut it and I'll show you. So you cut the main stem here. What's going to happen? See, you've cut the main stem. You see this little one here will now have the chance to grow and create another one that you can cut, and all these other additional on the sides of them, they will become shoots that you can cut. So I probably can get about 5 or 6 cut from one plant, and if the weather is really good, I can probably get about 10 before the season end. And yeah, it's just beautiful. There are some bigger ones over this side, and they're just absolutely amazing. As you can see, I had to protect them because, let me show you guys, that's a hole, and I had some beautiful Brussels sprouts that I sowed, and they were coming up nicely, and now they've all mixed up with some kale. I haven't got a clue what some of these are left. The foxes have dug a hole like they were trying to make a den, but there's no den in my garden. No thank you. So let me harvest these and I'll show you how beautiful they are once I've harvested them. There's some corn over there, but hey, let's get back to the Callaloo harvesting. So I've harvested them. This is what they look like. Look at this beautiful bunch of Callaloo, aka amaranth. They are beautiful for your dinners, and it's prolific with the growth, because I can cut about one plant alone. I can harvest, maybe in terms of cutting, maybe 3 to 4 times, up to 10. Just depends on how it grows, and just depends on where you are located. I'm in the UK, so we just want to do that. We want to do that before the frost comes, so you can harvest as much as possibly can. But I'm happy right now because the sun's out. So because due to the fact that the sun's been here, I've been able to harvest a beautiful bunch of Callaloo, and that will go to my dinner on one day, or maybe even tomorrow morning. I might have it for breakfast, because all of the iron, all the extra vitamins that come from greens are beautiful, and the smell is amazing, and it actually tastes lovely. As long as you don't cook it all the way through, just give it a little crunchiness. You don't want it to be sloppy. You just want it to be a little crunch. You don't want it to be like you're feeding baby food. And it's just made to add your tomatoes, add your peppers. And for me, thank God, the only thing I don't have right now is tomatoes. I do have onions and garlic and herbs. And I have my Callaloo, the main ingredient. So hey, I'm growing all this from my garden, and you can be doing the same too. But before I go, let me just show you what is going to happen after I've just cut them. So if you look really close, guys, you see I cut the middle one, which was the main ones, and look already, maybe by next week, let me move the net out of the way. Maybe by next week, I can come and get you, and another you. Maybe I can come and harvest all of these, or I could leave them, harvest 3 out of them, and leave the rest to get bigger and stronger. So yeah, by removing the main one out, I'm giving the opportunity so you can put more growth on and more time for me to harvest. It's not one of those things that you harvest once, like those cabbage heads or folding cabbages. It's all about the ability to have more continuous growth throughout the season while it's going. Callaloo is amazing. I advise any gardener, if you ever get a chance, you can get yourself some amaranth. Let me show you my face, which looks like a jungle gym. Yeah, that's me. Get yourself some. And the even funny thing about them, like even if they dry down and it becomes seeds, for weird reason, the cold does not bother the seeds. They will grow back the next season, but they won't be the same. They'll be a lot quicker to go to seed than when you first plant them from seed. The ones that are regrowing from the seeds that are dropped in the soil, you'll be able to get at least one cut-in and one beautiful, great harvest, because they do grow very fast. Once the heat is there, it germinates fast and grows. So Callaloo, get you guys some of that, and please do not forget to take care of the planet, or else, let me just show you how beautiful this is. We might not be able to see much of this anymore. All of this. The green, so beautiful and peaceful. This is your boy, Mr. Green Hands, and please take care of the planet, because we have to. On the next one.